over here. Welcome back. If you're returning, welcome. If you are new, there we go. I'm Zoe, and this is Divinity Within Thee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. I didn't think I'd need so much light because it's daytime, but I changed. It's a funny angle. I changed the angle, so um, maybe it's not as illuminated, eh? I'm feeling a bit funny today, yeah. Got the overalls. Shout out to the homie. I'll show you guys what I'm wearing actually. Shout out to the homie with these overalls. He's pretty cool. I actually like guys' overalls, but I need to like upgrade a couple of things about them. But they're pretty dope. I mean, overalls are kind of universal, but we're going a good way. And then under this is, I've had this for 6 years. First time I let somebody borrow it, they put a hole in it and never fixed it or paid me, or even said they were sorry. But anyways, this I've had, this I actually hand sewed when I first got out here. This is bamboo cotton. This is the white bamboo cotton. And this is like the RTD, so this was like ready to dye. So it's actually sensitive. The reason why I never produced more of the white really is because it's sensitive to getting stain, like even here, from where the stretch is and from this rubbing on it, like it's sensitive. But anyways, so this is one of the shirts that I make. You can wear it both ways too. So if you want it lower in the front versus higher, you can have it like that. Crop. Come in black and white, but black is more preferable. And then we have this hat, you guys. This hat, I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe. I think it says Dolce de Leche. Let me see. Luce del Sol. Luce del Sol. Luce del Sol. And the inside of it is really cool. Talks about vibes, and the top of it's really dope. I stitched these hearts. Little pattern into it. This little light bulb. So yeah, a lot of upcycled. And this hat's really cool too, because you can like wear it a lot of different ways. Oh yeah, it says stay lit in the bottom here. Hey! It says stay lit. I stitched that into the bottom too. But you can wear it like a bunch of different ways. Kind of can be like smashed and mashed and whatever. I'm wearing it more like a conductor today, obviously, to go with my overall stuff. Good morning, hello, how are you guys? I'm good. I'm just sharing my fit, just having my fit for today, sharing it with you guys. But yeah, this hat is definitely one of a kind. I definitely make other hats, and they all have different little messages. This one actually has a bunch of little like stash pockets and stuff in it as well. It's got a bunch of crazy stuff going on in this hat. There was a vest that was part of the yellow denim. And I was giving the shout out to the denim, right? Hello, hi everybody. Shout out to the denim. I'm not sure that I like where they're going with like all this fashion forward with the denim this year, but you know, I think it can be done nicely. I think it should still be more utilitarian, you know. It's a thicker, more denser material. Good evening from San Antonio. Thank you. I'm glad you like my fit. I didn't make the overalls, but I will improve them. My friend needs me to improve them. I think they need a better opener or zipper or something. Some shit, I don't know. That's why I gotta wear them and figure out where the malfunction is so I can redesign. redesign it. San Antonio, hello from howdy. Howdy. You guys are in Texas. I don't have any exes from Texas. Thank goodness. You guys are crazy out there, right? They say everything is bigger in Texas, right? What am I doing? I'm here gonna do a collective reading. If you are new here, I'm Zoe, and this is Divinity Within Me. And we do tarot, it's like psychotherapy. So people ask cool questions for the collective. It's just lighting my incense, putting away some cards, letting people come in, letting energy come in from people. I did a little meditation. I really like, today is Thursday. I'm in Bali, Indonesia, and it is like 8 a.m. So good morning from the future. I like Thursday mornings. I get to listen to my friend from the West Coast of California. She is a show, and there was an author on today, and Antone, I think was his name. And he wrote this book of consciousness. So we talk about collective consciousness. We talk about things that are going on. We talk about things that we're waking up to, things that we're moving through energetically. Love, feelings, emotions, whatever. We talk about all kinds of things here. But what I was really feeling is that they wanted me to come on. I was almost going to come on at like 3 a.m. and I was like, no. Now I'm tired. No, I wanted to catch my friend's show, and then you guys have daylight savings time. Can you guys believe this? I forget about stuff like this because I am on the opposite side of the world. So I live 8 degrees south of the equator. And because I live south of the equator, pretty much like we only have like a 30 minute time change of the sun. So we don't have time change. We don't have daylight savings time or anything like that here. So I forget. So when I try to call into my friend's show today, it was like, oh, it starts at 4 a.m. And I was like, God damn it, guys. What type of incense? I don't know. I have so many types of incense. I like the coil ones, to be honest. The coil ones last for a long time. I like to burn them in this thing. This may be like the only gift that my ex ever got me. I like to burn them in these things. You ever seen these? I've been burning the regular ones in here. That's why I found this other thing. Found this other incense thing, but generally I burn like floral ones though, like rose or frangipani, sometimes jasmine, amber, there's like different ones, like Indian ones and ones that are, depends what I vibe with when I go there. But yeah, basically I'm almost at the end of my bucket. I have a whole nother one of these things downstairs overflowing. Collect them and then I burn them as I feel drawn to the ones that call out. What kind of incense do you burn? What kind of incense do you guys like? I like copal, I like Palo Santo for cleansing. I mean, it's good to just burn something, whether it's sage or Palo Santo or incense. And like if you're out like by a river and you want to like have a little ceremony or call in your guides or your ancestors or something like this, like you can also use tobacco, right? You can use smoke. What the deal is with the smoke actually is the ancestors, the deities, it's like they can connect through it. They really like it. Now for a lot of the different things, the sage and the Palo Santo and stuff like this, it's very cleansing energy, like the essence of it itself. But the tobacco, when not just over-consumed, but used to kind of connect, like the ancestors like it. Like I know when I'm doing a lot of channeling and there's heavy ancestral energy, like they want me to smoke. I always know because I will want tobacco. You know, like normally I'm like, I'll take a couple hits of my vape or whatever, but when I really, really, really like want to smoke, I know that it's like heavy ancestral spirits sitting with me because they really like the tobacco. They really like the tobacco and they really like sweets. They like candy and sugar, like sweets, you know, like today, interesting, right? Like I'm having my tea like I'm British or something, right? So it's like I had to put coconut milk and sugar. Like I don't consume sugar, but I understand, okay, like maybe they need extra smoke, maybe they need extra something, or as you're channeling, right? You kind of like, you're not letting someone take over the driver's seat, but it's like you're sharing space, like you're holding the container. So like imagine like my body is my temple, is my spaceship, but like imagine you're like, cool, we're gonna go on a long journey, like who wants to fucking go along for the ride to help me drive? You know, it's like that. So it's like who can kind of like, but they're not driving my ship, but they're like speaking through the, like they're making the announcements, like they're managing stuff. Do you know what I don't know really I don't know how to explain it into human words all the time, but yeah, that's the gist of the situation. Nakchampa, yeah, Nakchampa is good. It can be a little bit intense for me at times, but it's good to clear spaces for sure. This is so weird, but it's nice. Okay, whatever. Oolong tea with coconut milk and cane sugar. Okay, it's nice. It's like tropical tea, tropical British tea. I don't know. So let's see. Let's get the deity cards and see what's going on. Commander Ashtar flew out early this morning. Call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Yeah, so as I was, my friend Michelle Mache, she has this awesome show. She's been doing it for a while. Now it's on this platform called Podbean. It's called Awakenings. Super cool if you're like part of the conscious collective or community. You should check her out. The show is like every, I think, Wednesday, PST at noon. So, but yeah, what we are talking about today is kind of like three-eye atlas and like different energies, right, that are coming through, and this heavy energy coming through that's like past recognition. Like for some of us, for some people, they're experiencing really intense karmatic things. For other people, we feel like maybe we're at a standstill point almost. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's like we're at the bridge, or we're at like a fork in the road, but we're not sure. Like we're waiting for someone else to catch up or the bus to come, so we know whichever way the bus is going, like that comes first, like we're gonna get on. You know, like it's kind of like that. So there's just this interesting energy, and the energy that's going on right now is like, are you following your soul's purpose or your soul's passion, right? And it's about the expression, right? It's not just about like what makes you happy or what brings you joy, you know, or what do you love to do. It's like, how can you express it, right? Everybody has different forms of expression. Some people paint, some people dance, some people sing, some people like to work out, some people like to play sport, you know, like people have different things that are really like, that they feel super connected to. And there is certain things that come to us naturally as we enter, right? Like as we just pick them up and we just try them for the first time, and it's like we've known how to do it for lifetimes, because we have, right? Because we're tapping into this energy of already knowing. That's why I call it, it's not a new earth or a new world. It's a new era, KNEW, right? So life is a series of remembrance. So we're remembering things that we already knew. So when we're stuck in the matrix setting of doing and trying to overdo things, we're not in the state of human being, which is why it seems like things are harder, and it's harder for money and for work and to do this and do that and for resolve, because we're trying too hard to resolve. Does that make sense? When we get into alignment, like Esther Hicks talks about this a lot, right? she's like, you know, you want to go downstream. You know, it's a lot to try to paddle upstream when you can find your downward flow. And that's basically what it is. It's like, what is the flow? And it's not always just the path of least resistance. Okay. It's flow, which means what in this moment are you meant to be doing or expressing or sharing? And it can change from moment to moment or place to place or person to person or time to time, right? It can change. So like, for instance, maybe sometimes like my thing is to channel, to bring things up for people, right? Maybe other times it's to inspire people to be creative. Maybe other times it's to listen or to hold space or to give that love or to allow people a container, you know, whatever. Like, but it's consistent in changing, right? There's one thing that is inevitable or that's constant, and that's change, right? Hello, everybody. Do I communicate? Yes, that's exactly what I do. I communicate with spirits and dead people, people that have passed, a lot of higher level entities and deities, and a lot of also like higher galactic beings as well. That's what we do here, is we kind of channel in. Now, I don't do the same thing like you'll see like with Esther Hicks or with Bashar, because I work with so many different collectives. So not just mediumship and not just channeling like one spirit or entity. It's like a collective conscious. So it's very interesting. So as the different people that are coming in, so you know, like people that are here generally at my channel are like indigo children, light workers, star seeds, like things like this, right? And so as you have different seedings, different galactic makeup or ancestral connectivity, there'll be different ones that come, because basically like so as people get to be able to channel or be more psychic, as we're coming into these higher levels of density, we should be able to have telepathy a lot easier, right? The thing is like we have to be able to understand that we can tap that. And so in order to do that, people have to be comfortable with channeling and understand that not all channeling is possession. And it's a fine line, I feel like, as a channeler, as a psychic medium channeler, right? I feel that it's a fine line that it's hard for people to understand, because when you start talking or speaking as a past loved one or as a higher angelic spirit or entity, like people can sometimes get uncomfortable, right? They're like, oh, you're channeling a dead person, therefore you're possessed by these dead, like you're bringing something. And it's like, no, this person wants to speak to you. You have been wanting to speak to them, or they need to, you know, there's a message that needs to be conveyed or something. And when we stop being so afraid, you know, it's just human nature to fear things that we don't understand. And that's what it is just this fear of what we don't understand. And this is where the majority of the separation and all the bullshit comes in the world in general, is because people don't understand, or because they can't get on board with understanding the other side's like values. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's this weird thing, but that's basically what's been going on. What goes on, like, let's say if you're from the States, what's going on in the United States is like what's going on in a more cosmic sense, right? Only Earth is the place where we said, okay, we can do this hybrid project because we understand that love, right? And that we want to evolve the consciousness. So when we evolve the consciousness here on this planet, it's also helping other systems, other planets, other worlds evolve. That's why there's so many other people, other entities, right? Galactic beings, you know, they're not here to hurt us. There are some that do weird experimentory shit for sure, but the majority of them, no, they don't do that. They're here to assist in the collective conscious, like the awakening, the rising of the collective. And so because of this, right, we have the ability to, they have different, so let's say like this, let's say as a child. So I got the gift passed down, right? This is very from like Italian background, right? From where they come from, like they're very in this witch stuff, right? And so when it was supposed to be passed down to my mother or something like this, she denied it, right? So it came to me, maybe because she was gonna use it wrong or something like this, right? So this is essentially what's happening. So there is a lot of different galactic star seed, like galactic roots, systems, planetary systems, whatever, that have seeded these star seeds that are here. That's why we're called star seeds, right? We're seeds, we're seeded hybrids from different star seeded systems. So we're seeded from different, does that make sense? And so because of that, there is people that didn't actually like stand up to be the representative of their collective or whatever, because maybe they thought people would make fun of them, or fear. They're telling me it's a lot of fear because people might make fun because they would whatever, you know. And so these are some trials and tribulations. Like I've been seeing and communicating with spirits and past people and stuff like this since I was very small. Now, when I was small, when my grandmother was still alive, she would encourage it, and my mother would encourage me to speak to them and to ask them what they wanted, why they were here, where they were from. After my grandmother died, my mother started to shame me for it, and I think because of that, you know, because she chose, like, because she feared, because she didn't know how to, she wanted to control it instead of let it move through her. And so that can end up in a very uncomfortable state, you know, that can end up in possession and dark fucking states. If your intention is to do something ill will to somebody else, then yes, that can end up in a very dark or demonic state, because you have that bad intention and you're letting in these higher, you know, these other entities to like work through you. Like you're giving them physical form. So that's how I feel like it is. So I speak with a multitude, like that's why when I do the prayer, dear universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, right? Ancients, aliens, archangels, Galactic Federation, all beings and entities of love and light of the highest vibrational frequency for a highest outcome and highest possible timeline for all involved. We thank thee for their clarity, for their guidance, for their presence, for their blessings of love and light, you know, in the highest vibrational frequency, but mainly for their presence, right? And so as we do this, as I put this prayer, I'm inviting different collectives to kind of send the message through. And as the messages are coming through, because I'm in the driver's seat of my spaceship, I can kind of channel. Now, some of them, they come different ways, you know, now because I have access to all the different clairs, you know, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, whatever. Because I have access to all of those, they're coming through different ways. I think because I have, like, let's say I speak more galactic languages because I'm an older soul, so they can send more downloads. I'm more of a conduit, if that makes sense to you. So, yeah. Have I ever, yes, hello. Have I helped people with this? Yes, this is what I do. So here, I tune into the collective energy daily, and I kind of tune in, and we see who's around and who wants to come through and who wants to help us and who has questions and who has feedback and cool things to say, so we can talk to them and get good information, right? Otherwise, they just give me just download, share the information. And the energy right now, especially with the 3i Atlas, is like they really want people to express. It's a show of shout out your love, you know, shout out your love and your passions and your expression. You know, they want it to really be expressed. Like imagine Earth is like the real world, right? The reality TV show, and they're like, nah, are we gonna vote Earth off out of the galaxy? Like, they're kind of fucking failing right now. You know, like, think about it. As a species, like humans, it's like, meh, You know, like maybe there's other runners up there like, wait, we could do better this time, you know, like, and that's kind of what's going on. And so the energy of what they're asking us to do is to kind of tap in to our guides, to our angels, to our ancestral spirits, right? This is White Eagle. Okay, I have a lot of Native American, I have a guide that's like this, actually kind of more intense than this, that sits with me a lot. Ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed. Now, so a lot of what we're working on right now, that what the collective is working on right now, is really a healing these ancestral wounds. If you've incarnated now, we're kind of here at this last, not end of days, I won't say that, but like it is end of days. And so this is where translation gets fucked up, right? And that's why you see sometimes when I write in my things, you'll see me say days, D-A-Z-E, right? Because it is the end of the days. It is the end of the veil, of the being in the cloud, right? It's that we understand that we're all connected. We understand that energy never dies, right? That energy is ongoing. And so when we have strong ancestral energy or wounding or power or whatever, we have to tap into it. So this is something that I do like every day. Thank you, universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, okay? I call them all. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for protecting me, for your guidance, for your protection, for your clarity. Can you tell me what I need to do? Can you bring me clarity to this? Now, don't ask, can I be stronger? Can I be this? Can I be that? Because then they'll just give you a bunch of bullshit that you're going to have, like a bunch of stuff that's going to be really uncomfortable, that's going to make you stronger or going to make you more appreciative or that's going to make you more patient. So be careful what you wish for. Ask what step you need to take to dance with the universe better. But also ask for your ancestors because they really love to protect. And it's like they're all coming back. It's like, so this three-eye atlas, right? It's like the end, the tail of like Halley's Comet. So this is like the ancestors. They're kind of like returning, right? It's like making a full long cycle. And that's what's happening is all the outer planets, the farther outer planets, are making their return, and we haven't seen them, right? They haven't been around since before we were born. We haven't maybe touched it since before we were born. So yeah, increased awareness. Master Buddha. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So when we perpetuate the fear, when we perpetuate we're scared or any of these other things, when we perpetuate that energy, the universe gives us more of that energy. It just is asking, it's just showing us more of what we ask for, right? What order are we putting in? Are we putting in that we're ready to love? Are we putting in that we don't ever want to love anybody again? And then we're wondering why we're alone? Like, what is the order, right, that you're placing? Looking at the media and all you really do hope your planet or us as humanity aren't doing as bad as it seems. Well, actually, the fucked up thing is we're kind of doing worse, but it's because this is a collective, it's a collective consciousness, a collective simulation, and like this is what we are really talking about today is like on my friend's show is like people, we have to raise the level of consciousness. Like it's a choice, right? It's a choice every time you choose to make a conscious choice instead of buy fast fashion, right? That's why I show the sustainable clothing that I make, right? I'm here making an impact in all the different ways that I possibly can to raise the level of consciousness, to provide with all of my skill sets that I have been blessed with that I can share with the collective, right? However that is, however I can share or contribute or exchange or be of service to the collective and myself, do you know, that's
that's what we can do, is by expressing the things that we are truly passionate about. And as we're doing that, instead of getting up every day and being like, well, this is just the way it is, you work until you die and then you gotta pay taxes and you blah, 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 blah. Like, no, that's not the program. That's the patriarchal written program that we're breaking. And as we're breaking out of that program, we're going to understand more how, like, that's what I'm saying, is we're the end of the days. We're coming, like, we're waking up. Like, you know, like, you ever been to the doctor or the dentist or something like this, and as you're coming out of, like, the anesthesia or whatever, that's essentially like what's happening right now on a collective level. We're having like this collective like wake up, and then this collective like Kundalini awakening. We're like, what the fuck is going on? And then we're also realizing that everything that we've been known and taught and all this other stuff. I mean, some of us have been knowing this for a while, but a lot of people are realizing it now that history and people and government, you know, all these things have been fabricating stories that they want us to believe. So we're part of this agenda that they, you know, because fear, when they keep people in fear, what happens is people get scared, right? When you're afraid that you're going to lose you're going to lose your place to live, then you're like, oh God, I got to work fucking 5 jobs right now, right? You are in that state of fear. And as you're in that state of fear, in that state of lack, in that state of worry, we're feeding this negative, parasitic, vampiric, lower frequency entity. Okay, yes. So the enlightenment is understanding that entertaining the fear and the lack and all of this is not where it's at. If your family, like, let's say your family, your wife, your partner, your sibling, something like this, is sick and dying, and you're like, well, you know, I don't really have time for this. I got a meeting. Like, I need to go to work today, or I might not have extra money to go out to dinner next month. Like, where is your priority? That's the phase that we're really in right now, especially during this retrograde before we hit next year. You guys think this year was intense? Like, no, this is just the prelude, okay? So right now, during this retrograde, before this month is over, what it's really asking you to do is say who, what, where, what needs to stay? What is worth staying? What do we want to keep spending money and time and energy and putting, you know? And if it's not, like, if your business is not what you want to be doing, then fucking do something else. If this place is not where you want to be living, then start looking at places where you might want to be living, like whether you have the money or not. Like, get out of first, I have to do all of these things before I can dream of this better thing that I want for myself. No, first dream, imagine, feel with that better fucking existence, happier, like, you know, it's like all the animals and stuff are existing. Look at that, 33. Yeah, it's about our thoughts and our intentions are manifesting. So if every day we're like, fuck, another day, I gotta go to work, I don't like to work, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Then we're perpetuating that we hate every day. That's why they changed the phrase to good morning. To mourn means to be sad. Mourning means I'm waking up and mourning the day. Now, the reason why the etymology of that was even put is the mourn is like the death, right? The death of like the night into the day, the death, and then the birth, right? So it's coming from something that's so old that we don't even understand, but we're using this word, and words are spells. That's why it's called spelling, right? And we don't understand that we're saying that good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, we're perpetuating that today is going to be another miserable day. Like, enjoy your day of being like, fuck, another day. Mourning. Mourning is what people do when people die, when they lose things. They mourn. Losses. I don't want to wake up mourning, do you? I don't know, like, I don't. maybe for a moment, but like not forever, you know, like no. Do you think like when people cross over, do you think like when they die, like, and they go back to source and all that is, they're like, oh my God, Earth, being human? No, they may mourn or have an empathetic space for those that are hurting for them being gone, and they may want to be there to console, you know, to care or to love or to be close to those people, but they are not mourning losing them, because they know that it's part, because they're connected to the all, because they know it's part, they know it's all energy, they know that they can come in and through and be there and be present and be with and be by the side, even if you can't physically see it, right? Because that's just a third density concept. Energy. Like, I have so many of my ancestors that come through me. I'm like, what? Why am I doing this? Why am I acting like this? Why am I using this tone? Or why am I listening to this? Like, it's crazy, but like, it's funny. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm just like, Mary Magdalena, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So each person individually has, this inner joy. The age of Aquarius is really this, it's a collective. It's more of a collective energy. So we went from the me, right, to the we. That's what we did. Like, as Pluto, and again, Pluto is this very outer planet. Pluto is also ruling Scorpio and Aries, right? So Aries and Mars as well. So it's this very action-oriented, forward, like resurrection, the death and the rebirth, right? So biblically speaking, this is kind of like the second coming, right? Literally, biblically speaking. And so it's like we're coming into this new age, and that's why I call it the new age, KNEW, because it's something that we know. It's something that we've known. Life is a series of remembrance. We're not learning, really. I mean, some people are very new souls and they are learning the earth experience, but most people that are here at this time right now, we're not new. We're not new souls. If they're new, they're like from other star seeds or places, because the representatives didn't step into their positions because they were tripped out by fucking aliens or voices or whatever. Maybe they started taking medications that drowned it out, you know, like that's definitely what they tried to get me to do. And it's a choice, right? I had to actively be like, okay. I had to actively be like, no, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not schizophrenic. No, I'm not paranoid. No, I'm not here, you know, like, and really hone in my gift. And so like, that's basically like, figure out what your gifts are. You've been, you know, they always say like, God has given you, blessed you with gifts. Like, yes, your gifts, right, that bring you gifts, right, are the things that you are given that come very naturally or easily to you. Okay? And don't get it twisted, because in my reality, God is a woman. God is birthing. God is gifting. God is creation. Goddess. Goddess, great. Goddess, good. So, to be honest, like higher level entities and deities wouldn't even have a sex or a gender. But since I've understood and learned a lot more religion and Hindu, I understand that Shakti is basically the source, creation of the universe. And so understanding that, the gifts that we're naturally given, right, that we birth, that come natural to us, right? We birth them naturally. So they come easy. They come out of us, from us. Like, everything you need exists within yourself. You already possess it, already exists within you. And that is the point, is all of your gifts that bring you that abundance and that wealth that come easy, that you don't have to work hard for and bust your ass for, are already within your DNA. It's already in there, in your structure. You have to just sit down and ask, you know, maybe find a spiritual teacher. For some of you guys, you may be finding a new mentor. And also for some of you guys, you may be having a mentor, like teacher training, okay? So you may go into some type of training to become a type of teacher or a mentor, but you may be sitting with a mentor. For many of you guys, these ancestor spirits, that they really want me to speak to you. For many people that are tuning in, that tune in to this at any point in time, and energy and gender is fluid, okay? This is like, it's just the energy if there's a male or a female that shows up here. But the ancestors are really saying, like, call upon them, right? Like, if you don't ask for them to help you, for guidance, for clarity, for protection, they can't provide it to you. They can be there, always there, watching you. But they do actually want to provide it to you. So if you, I'm like, now I really want this like cream, it's weird. So if you do want it, you have to ask them, okay? Number one. Why? I don't know. Whatever. I don't question it. I just say whatever. Okay. Why? I don't know. Okay. I gotta move over here because I can't see. Follow your inner joy and excitement, as Bashar mentions. Yes, 100%. That's exactly what you have to do. And Esther Hicks talks about this too, right? It's like find that happiness, find that high flying disc, and it's like you only need. She talks about needing like 16 or 17 seconds of just changing the scenario to something that makes you feel good, like thinking about your pet or something you love to do or whatever, right? And it's like focus on that for 16 or 17 seconds until it begins to like snowball into your state of being. So as we continue to entertain these lower frequency states of being, like all this bad stuff is happening and there's something else, then it perpetuates that as we continue to say, I'm just doing what I need to be doing, I'm following my guidance, I'm doing what I'm told, like, then somehow it just like, sorts itself out, right? Like, I'm not even sure. Like, I just do what I'm told every day. I'm not even sure how I'm still in the same place and whatever, but I don't need to question it, right? I just needed to put out my intention and my manifestation and know that I'm doing the work, right? Which universe source asks me to do. And so I put in my time every day, right? I put in my few hours every day, engaging with people. That's what they really want me to do, is to talk and engage with people and help people to focus their intentions. Focus your intentions. It's like you can shoot an arrow, right? But it's like the arrow, the owner of the boatyard when I lived in Catalina Island, Caleb, he told me this thing, and it was like a bow and arrow. An arrow with no target will always hit its mark. And I was like, what? Like, is this a compliment or an insult? Like, I'm not sure. Like, is he complimenting? Like, is he telling me, like, whatever, like, your shit always changes, so, like, it's cool, like, you're always gonna hit your mark? And I was like, no, that sounds kind of like a backhanded compliment or something, like. And so I had to think about it. I was like, wait, what do you mean? And he's just like, listen, like, if you don't have a target to hit, if you're not aiming for anything, if you're just fucking shooting into the nothingness, then whenever it lands is like, it's good, all good. Because you're not going for anything, because you're going for nothing. So when it hits nothing, don't be surprised when you get nothing. You get what I'm saying? And I was just like, he's like, if you have a target, if you have a goal, a focus and aimed intention, then you can start to aim and hone in your focus, and then you can hit the target. So even though, either way, you're hitting the target, one is like a goal-oriented target, and one is like, it's just hitting something, you know, like, so, focused intention. Diana, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcomes. So don't be in this state of, worry. Again, I say this all the time, but my grandfather always used to tell me, is like, worrying is just like a rocking chair, you know? It'll give you something to do, but it won't get you very far. Like, you can go back and forth with it all you want. If you feel comfortable there and you're not bothering anybody else, go for it. But like, it's not gonna get you anywhere. You know, like, you're not gonna end up with a different result or outcome. You know, it's like the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result or outcome, but it's never coming because you haven't changed anything. You want a different result or outcome, you have to do something different. And so that's why I just say, okay, right? Like, I did my healing. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do, right? Divine healing. Yeah, I did it. Honor your sensitivity, retreat, recharge to heal. Your light can support others. Yeah. So this was in reverse. Look at him in his green. Look at that healing. I love the green. So what this is really saying is, like, as we've done the healing, right? Part of the healing is understanding how and where we're putting our focus and intention, right? If we're constantly trying to hurt or belittle or berate others and whatever they're doing, then we don't have a good intention. It doesn't matter if we're fucking working. It doesn't matter what we're doing every day. If in the back of our minds or our hearts or whatever, our souls, we wish other people would fail because we want to do better than them, or whatever fucking jealous people do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but that's kind of the vibe of what they're transmitting. So got to call on your ancestors, and then the ancients is like Master Buddha, the ascended master, archangels. Archangel Michael is like a protector or a warrior, so he will protect and block things, okay? Mary Mag is, she's helping the teacher awaken, right? So actually Sophia, who trained Mary and Joseph, I believe, but she was the teacher, right? Was the matriarch, the feminine energy, and that's why probably in here you see it as the teacher awakens, you have something to share. And so that's what it's about. As you begin to express your authentic expression, whatever that is, maybe it's singing, maybe it's, again, whatever it is, as you begin to express your authentic expression, you will start to see, or what will start to unfold is how you can become the teacher for others, doing the thing that you love, right? How you can simplify the thing that you love to do and be able to share or teach or help others to learn or to do it, you know? Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be doing it or whatever. Maybe there's something new. I'm not exactly sure. For many of you guys, though, they're saying, by naturally doing the thing, like expressing your natural authenticity. And that's why I just like, okay, I come on here, like, even though I come on here and this is my tarot and spiritual channel, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I am a whole multi-dimensional, multifaceted human. So I will share with you my insights, my life, my art, my clothing, my other businesses and things like this, because this is my expression, right? The hair, the makeup, the art, wearable art, and like, these are all the different things that I do. Like, since they're having me go live every day on a platform and they want me to do it for multiple hours a day, I will just put everything here, because after having a crazy accident and traumatic brain injury, it's really hard for me to run 3 or 4 platforms. So that's why everybody's like, what do you do? Why is there a picture, the different colors of it's just like, so I can know the different days of the week, okay? Today is Jupiter. Today is Thursday where I live. So Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So think about on Thursdays what you would like to give energy to expand as we start working and dancing with the universe and the energies of the universe. As we are stardust and we are of the universe, you will start to find better flow, right? So I'm just like, what do I want to expand on? I want to expand on being able to do multiple videos a day. Like normally I will do like 2 or 3, but I want to actually start earlier when I have more oomph. And then after I nap, I can come back. And then after the sun sets, do you know? So I'm in this energy, right? Of facing the fear of like, whatever, I don't care. I don't care right now if I have all of my devices are fucked. I don't care if I'm struggling with my new brain from traumatic brain injury. I'm still just gonna do it, right? I can do it. I can fight the technology and the electronics, and I can still do my live, and I can still talk to whether there's one people, whether there's one person or multiple people. It doesn't really matter, because mine is not past, present, or future. Everything is existing in this now here moment. So at the exact moment, at this now moment, when this person finds it, whoever it is, whoever I'm speaking to, when that person finds it at that moment, that is the moment that it is for them, because that is their moment of awakening, of reckoning, of that part of their journey coming into light, right? So there is no right or wrong. So it doesn't matter. It's not about me and my following, which, by the way, thank you for all my new subscribers. Big love to everybody out there. I'm Zoe, if you didn't know. If you haven't subscribed or liked or shared or commented, you can do so. That really helps me out, and I appreciate it. If you want to help further, I appreciate your support. I have a Gibson Go in the information box down below, and I'm funding to get back to my neurologist to get more brain scans done, which is, I'm very excited to be able to do that. So yes, you're helping me to continue. So by facing fear, and so this is a huge fear that I had to learn to face, right? Is asking people, because my whole life I grew up in with very narcissistic relationships, my family and my parents and all of this, right? So every time I ever asked for help, I was basically denied it. So now I'm facing my fear, Kali Ma. I'm stepping out of the days of understanding, as we are in this age of Aquarius, right? That there is a community, that other people, that exterior help is sometimes needed in order to achieve our goals. So, but I'm not here asking for handouts. Like, I'm here to schedule personal private readings, energetic sessions. I do healing sessions. I help people to do like types of soul retrieval, pattern recognition, pattern disruption. Yeah, all different types of things. It depends on whatever each person's situation is. Again, you got to email me at DivinityWithinThee@gmail. And like, that's why I don't really have things set up, because I feel like each person and each situation is very specific. I feel like there's not one size fits all for people to have, like, for them to heal on their healing journey or to connect, or I don't feel like there's one set course. I've been working on creating this course for a couple of years since I've been out here in Bali, like a 30-day reset, because I feel like people really need it, right? Like a full, but it's like nervous system reset is really what we need. And in order to do that, we have to do like the somatic body work. We have to do these certain things and this repetitious stuff, which is taking 21 to 30 days in order for it to become a habit or a repetition. So because I can't quite do that long of thing just yet, I do my best by saying, okay, each person is different and needs different care, right? You're not going to go into a psychologist or whatever. You're not going to go to any type of doctor and say, okay, well, all of my kids seem to not feel good, so can we get a fix all? Like, no, the same thing doesn't work, just like the same diet doesn't work, just like the same person that maybe one person gets so much from, another person is like, I can't listen to them. Do you know, like, there's different strokes for different folks. And so yeah, I feel like a lot of it is people want that easy, like, I want to pick all the things that you can heal for me all in one go, but really they need to figure out how to sit and what they want to go over and what the process of that looks like and how much they feel like they can take and how long that process of healing or integration may take. Because it's like certain people are like, okay, well, I'll do the week course and the week retreat and be good. It's like, it's not how it works. Like, Healing is an ongoing process. Yeah, like what you're saying here, persistence is key. Yeah, maintain the tenacity and keep up the good work. For your uniqueness is beautiful and you're grateful for the energy. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Big love. And yeah, this is what it is. It's about facing the fear. And this is the collective energy right now. Is the collective energy is like they're afraid. People are afraid because they're like, well, people are going to judge me. Like, who fucking cares? Like, the judgment is like higher source. Like, unless you're doing something that, you know, like the government wants to fuck you up or something, like, I don't know. Like, the government's already trying to fuck us all up anyways, in my opinion. So, like, I don't really know what anybody's doing that they're afraid of what other people think. But this is where we have to face the fear. And this is where they're really asking us to face the fear. Because they're here to assist. So ask for the assist. They're saying, call in the assist. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Like, for instance, look at that. That was at 5555. So yeah, the change I just dropped her very far. The change comes when we let go, right? The change comes when we let go of this old construct that we can't do that thing, right? Like, for instance, like, I've done crazy costuming and makeup and hair and all this stuff for so long. And I always see sometimes, like, on Pinterest or, like, a TikTok. I don't really watch TikTok, but I see on Instagram and all these different things. I see all these people, and they're just, like, they make a living, like, playing dress up. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I've been doing this so long and nobody ever took, you know, like, and then I'm like, well, at some point in time, I can just be the one that takes it. You know, like, I choose to make the choice, right? Like, why am I choosing not to be seen? It's not that I didn't want to be seen. It's that my whole life I had narcissistic people around me that it was more important for them to be seen and for them to get the attention, that I was never allowed to have the attention, which is why they never took pictures and I was always downplayed. So it wasn't about me wanting to hide or being afraid to be seen by the world. Obviously, I'm very bright and colorful. I don't have fear, and I have no fear of judgment. But this was an old program running in the unconscious that I had to kind of crack open and say, you know what? No, I'm just going to get, like, literally I could probably go for, I've been, what, 2.5 months now. And I don't wear the same thing. Like, I make all the different stuff. I can wear them in all different ways and all different combinations. And that's why I was just like, everybody's like, but you need to put that here. And I'm like, nah, I need to do what makes me happy and what I can do. And even though I look okay, like, I had blunt force trauma to the head and traumatic brain injury, and they wanted to put 27 fucking plates in my face. Like, it's gonna take me a little while to get, do you know, like, it's just only been 2.5 years since that. And so it's gonna take me a little bit while. It's gonna take my brain a little bit of a while before I can be in full business mode, full capacity. And as I'm healing this old wounding of not being able to complete things, of having people pull out the rug from under me when I'm about to succeed because they don't want me to get that, because it challenges them or takes the attention away from them or whatever, you know, that's just something that I've had to work on healing. That I'm now like, fine, I'm finally healing that, you know? I just got rid of the last one like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, you know? Yeah, no. As we're moving into these higher level of density, we want everybody to win, okay? There's no, oh, well, you better than, no. We don't steal things, we work together, we collaborate. We don't take things, we don't not give credit where it's due. We don't lie, we don't cheat, we don't steal. We say, wow, I really love what you're doing. I have some cool ideas. Can we collaborate and make this thing better? And who knows, like, both of you guys could become millionaires. But no, like, what happens is people try to take things or steal things or claim that intellectual property or whatever that's not theirs, and then all it does is it perpetuates that energy of fuck you in the collective consciousness of the people that are creating, that work really fucking hard, that may have been their entire life's work, that you just like came in and fucking minimalized and made with something shitty, and because you had more money or because you produced it with a shittier product, now you're famous for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that we're not doing things for money. We're not doing things for clout. We're not doing things to step on people's heads. This is not the collective energy. It's co-creative energy. So if you're on a self-focused mission, okay, and I don't mean like, okay, for instance, right? My ex was on this mission to fucking get everybody free money. I'm just like, dude, you're so worried about saving the world when you can't even like save the person you supposedly care about, or a relation, you know, like whatever, like save yourself. But it's like, it's not a selfless act that this person was trying to do. It's an egotistical act, right? That was, you're getting more attention, so I need to become more of a hero so I can get that attention that you're getting, that I feel like I should be getting because I didn't deal with my childhood wounding. So I now am going to take the attention, like counterproductively attack your light and your vibration and your frequency and your attention, because that's how badly I need the attention, you know. And it's like this very interesting thing. So what you have to understand is, where we give our attention and our energy is where more is produced, right? And that's why I stopped, okay? I forgive, but I don't forget. Okay, I have too much Scorpio energy to forget. It's like elephant shit. But I forgive, but the reality of the situation is understanding where I work so hard, where I'm persisting and persistent. I'm not gonna let somebody fuck that up for me because they don't want to be, because they want to make it easier for everybody to be lazy. Like, no, I'm not interested in that. I don't think that that's what the world needs. I don't think the world needs more free money. Like, where the way I see the world is that, excuse me, give me a second. So much shit. First of all, there's so much shit in the world. Excuse me, you guys, sorry. So first of all, there's a lot of shit in the world, obviously, that needs to fucking come out. It needs to be spit out or cleaned out, obviously. But the way that I feel is that to give more money just makes it easier for people to want more things, right? Because money is not the root of all evil, but it's like, we need money. Why? Because we need more things, because we want to buy more things, because we need whatever. Now, if we were working on an older system, like on a more barter or trade or whatever, then it means every person, like let's say every person is working their 3 hours to 8 hours a day. The amount of time that you put in towards whatever you're doing, you're exchanging towards something else you need. Period. Always. So maybe I work here for 1 hour and I work there for fucking 3 hours, but then whatever, like those people go to my house and they work there for 3 hours, you know? And so like this, so the way that I saw things is not in this state of needing to work harder or gain more money or get money for free. So I'm like, I don't see that. Like, I don't even see, like, I won't say that I don't see money, but I don't see it like that. I really don't. I see it going back to more of like Silk Road, where it's like barter or trade, where it's like, these are the things that we produce from where we produce them, from where they come from, and for people to really be getting stuff more locally or more organically, and to stop like creating all of the extra shipping all this crazy stuff around the world. Am I saying not do it at all? No, I'm not saying don't do it at all. Like, not complete deprivation, but just more conscious things, right? Like, people tell me all the time, my clothing, I make the bamboo clothing, I make everything from underwear to dresses, right? For men and women. And people are like, well, if you just had it, like, if you just produced more and had it sitting here, like, people would buy it more. And I was like, that's not the message. And that's completely opposite of everything of what I've spent 30 years in this industry to create. Do you know, like, I wanted very much to create a closed loop, sustainable, made to order fashion. Why? Because I want people to think about their purchase before they fucking purchase it. I want them to really think about what they're buying, why they're buying it. To understand, okay, I'm buying this. This is gonna last me 5 years, 10 years, 25 years because of the material and the quality of something. This is an investment. This is a purchase. I'm not just buying it because it's here and it's quick and I want it now. I'm making people have to use their brain instead of instant gratification. That is on purpose. That's on purpose. Some people are like, well, if you just, if you just, instead of sharing your clothes on your YouTube, if you just took the picture and put it on your, I'm like, she's like, well, I'll cut them all out so they can, and I was like, I don't want them to do that. I want them to go over and have a conversation. That's why I stopped being on Instagram and Facebook, because people only want to have conversations when they want to argue. They don't have positive feedback. Like here, I have people that are asking questions that are talking about positive feedback. Persistence is key to maintain. Exactly. Like these are the types of conversations that I want to have with people. And if people only have a 10-second frame, because they have zero attention span, then those aren't my people. Then I already know those aren't my people. I already know that those people can't go out and plant a garden or fucking bake a cake or do something or teach a kid another language or whatever. Like the way I see it is, and I've been saying this for like 15 or 20 years, we can't fight governments and higher powers that are just obviously way more funded and higher than us. I mean, we can to some extent, yes, because the power of the people, right? We are ultimately voting. But a lot of that shit is rigged. So how do you solve or resolve the issue? Evolve, right? So how do we evolve? We don't reinvent the wheel. We figure out how things can be, right? If everything is poisoned and polluted and all this stuff, that's great. We figure out ways to make community gardens or to grow your own food. Like, does that mean you have to have a whole fucking farm? No, it means if you eat eggs every day, like maybe you have a couple chickens, or maybe your friend has chickens and maybe you grow whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And you guys trade things. And this is just a very, it's like tried and true, right? We don't have to reinvent the wheel, but the less that we're needy of the government and the exterior assistance, like with all of the energy that people put into complaining about not getting the payback or the allowance or the food or the whatever from the government, if they just spent that hour a day tending a garden instead of fucking complaining, like they would have food. Like, yeah, maybe they're not getting whatever fast food or whatever, but like, we need things that are alive. We need things that are growing. We need the intention and the awareness that's going into everything, what we're doing, everything. And that's where we're at. And that's why I'm just like, when I told her, she was like, well, I'll just put all your different clothes and make a clip. And I was like, I don't want you to do that. I'm going to literally say, no, don't do that. This is my art. Well, you should just know I should not just. I've had a website I've been paying for 3.5 years, maybe 4 years now, and I need to reshoot the content, okay? And people can keep trying to downsell my shit, but they're not. They're gonna have to search for my website and go there. I'm not gonna make it easy. If you don't, people are gonna be gravitated towards your vibe attracts your tribe, right? People are gonna be gravitated towards what's good, or they're gonna, the same way as people referrals for me to do readings or energetic sessions or healings or anything like this. Look at this, the Arrow Master. It's the same way, right? It's referrals. When something is good, when something or someone is good at what they do, it sells itself. I don't need to sell it because the product and service is impeccable. It speaks for itself. You get it? So that's how you have to view yourself. Like, not like you're selling yourself, but kind of like, what are you here? Like, imagine, right? Imagine like the galactic people are all up here, our ancestors, everybody's up there. And they're like, do we let them stay or do we just do mass extinction and fucking start over? Do we reseed them? Like maybe there was too much fucking whatever and they're just gonna fight and be at war and kill each other and rape each other and do all these crazy things and stay in separation. Maybe we're just gonna do that. And a bunch of us are down here, like the star seeds and the light warriors and the indigo children are like, no, look. Check out this music. Like, music is so awesome. Like, look at this love. Like, look at this art. Like, no. Please. Don't do the mass extinction. Please, we want to show you. So, like, imagine you're, like, on this reality show called Earth, And they're like up here getting ready to be like, do we rebirth, reseed the entire fucking planet and start over, or is there anything worth saving here? And so now what we're being asked to do is show, no, our level of consciousness and compassion and connectivity and love is actually really high. No, we're here, not like, but did you see my Instagram? It's like, I don't see your Instagram. They are tuning in they can feel you. So all of that shit doesn't mean anything. You know, like the reason why I never did all of this is because I'm like, I have so much depth. I didn't want to be judged on the dress up, on the exterior. But for them, they're like, oh no, this is great. This is great. They like it because it's like changing form, you know, and that's like what they do, you know? So for them, it's just, it's expression, it's playfulness, you know, it's like, it's childlike energy that is, it's like awakening the solar plexus, right? To be playful and to be colorful and to be, oh, whatever. And so they're good with that, right? They're good with that. But the reality is like, what are we here? You know, I'm like, yes, okay, love. Now, can I show forgiveness? Like, is love really like, okay, yes, no, I really did have love for that person. I really do love that person. Once I loved somebody or something, most likely you will always love it. You're not going to stop loving it, right? Even things that you hate, like you only hate the things that you love. It's because you love it so much that you have this adverse towards it, you know? And so it's something that we have to really focus on. Like, what is our focus and our intention and our thoughts and everything going towards? And this is interesting. The Arrow Master. You guys, I literally can't make this up. I mean, obviously I made it up because I'm here doing it like past, present, future. So obviously I already did it. That's why maybe I already knew. I don't know. Hitting the mark, intention, detachment. Okay, so this is another thing that's really important. As we're manifesting, this is something that people really fuck up on and manifesting, like. And I've manifested a lot of things. I manifested places and boats and adventures, and I don't even know how. I can't even tell you, like, to be honest, exactly, except for doing energy work and card work and different things, like how the universe is just like, yep, you're gonna be here in Bali. You're just gonna live. This is your new home. You're gonna be here, and I'm like, I thought I was gonna be here for a few weeks. I've been here for 6 years. And that was at 7222. Amazing, maybe I'm gonna get lucky. I meet some special person here. So as we're manifesting, the detachment is really important. As you place the order. Now I heard somebody, I heard another tarot reader. I love like just listening to tarot instead of like frequencies because I know it's an actual real person most of the time. And I heard this tarot reader have this good thing, and I always talk about when you're at a diner and you place an order, right? If you don't put in your order, then they can't fill the order, and it's never going to come back to you, right? But the way that she described it today was epic. She was like, listen, when you go to a specific restaurant or a place, you know, when you go to the coffee shop or the restaurant or the place, and you place your order, like let's say you have a very specific coffee order, or you have allergies, you're like, not like this and without this and da-da-da-da. You don't go there in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? You don't go there every minute until it comes. You don't go there once you ordered a package, like some people do, go there checking, like, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? But generally speaking, you don't ride people's asses on when it's gonna, you're like, okay, I told them exactly how to make it, like, and until it shows up in front of you and you can see like maybe where they did mess up or something, right? Until you get to that spot, you have to just kind of relinquish the control because you're not making it. You place the order. So if you did place the order, then to some extent you already are making it because you thought about it. So just think about how good it's gonna be when it arrives. Like, ooh, that's gonna be good. That's good. I'm gonna get that good. You know? And focus on that rather than when is it gonna come? Are they gonna come? Is it gonna be here? I'm like, you know, like, and that's what it is. You know, we can't hyper focus on, wow, you guys. And with this, you know, I'm gonna have to get off because I've been here more than an hour now and start another one. The Sacred Union, Partnership and Romance. Yeah, 9. Okay, so for many of you guys, if you don't know, I do a lot of the
the romance and the twin flame energy that's obviously coming through. So it's going to want me to do this. Okay, so hitting the arrow on the mark. Detachment. So if many of you guys have been asking for a partner or partnership to come in, or if your question that you're in the chat is wondering when somebody is going to come in or to contact, part of it is knowing that you're going to hit the goal, right? Are you like, I believe, okay? It's not about believing, it's about knowing, okay? The difference in belief is it's more of a thought. When you know something, when you're like, yes, I know with all of my heart and all of my soul and everything within my whole being, I know this is my thing, this is my person, this is my human, right? Or whatever. This is my place, this is my car, these are my people, this is my zone, whatever it is. You know, you fucking know, you know it, right? And that's something that I can really say about twin flame union. It's like, you know, you feel this unwavering connectivity to this other being. It's not that you don't know if that's your person. What comes up is not knowing the feeling, okay? Not knowing or understanding the feeling of it is what they're telling me. The feeling is what is a new feeling. And the reason why the feeling is a new feeling is because it's this new consciousness. You can get a lot of it with the... where is the book for it? I want to read what it says. There we go. You can tap into a lot of this feeling, this energy with the 3-eye atlas. I've been tapping into it. It's totally like a contact high, you guys. It's like this super loving energy. It almost feels like eating a little bit of psychedelics or like mushrooms or something. Like it feels like this, right? Where you're just kind of like super giggly, but you feel like connected. Like you feel like this a little bit of like lucidness, but like, you know? And so it's this really beautiful energy, and they're here to help us really tap these gifts, okay? And for some of us, the gifts that we naturally are here to do is how we get into this union, because we're here doing hermit shit or whatever, right? It's how we bring in that partnership is by authentically expressing ourselves. So let's read these. I open right to it. The Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention and detachment. So yeah, when you have a mark, when there's a target for you to hit, then you can actually hit the target. So this is an ally. Okay, this guy looks like an elf. I should have put on my elf ears. Oh my god. I'm gonna put on my elf ears. I can still do it. They're not that far. The Arrow Master appears to help you target your intentions and teaches you how to shoot straight for the stars. The message is to be deliberate about focusing your dreams and desires with intention, about aligning your intention with spirit. Then let them fly on the wind, directed by the divine, until they reach your goal. Okay. The only way to hit the target is to allow the arrow. Sorry, hold on. I have to put this back. Give me a second. Is to allow the arrow of your intention to fly, unencumbered by your eagerness to see it travel. Isn't that exactly what I was saying? Where the way you want it to go, exactly the way you want it to go. So it doesn't matter how it gets there or how it hits the mark. What matters is that you shot your shot and it's gonna make it, right? Because you aimed for that mark and because you've been practicing your aim to hit the mark, okay? You may think it needs to veer a certain way to reach your goal, but the invisible realms, human power cannot make this happen, okay? So because something that we're doing and because certain unions are more divinely orchestrated, it's like
powers above our ability to even comprehend are kind of taking part in it, right? Like they're directing it. So it's like where you shot, you're like, where did it go? You know, you like hit your ball into the lake, but maybe it like sucked through this hole that popped up in another lake, and they're just like, where did this ball come from? Oh, this ball came from this other place in the world. And it's like, what's over there? And then they're just like, huh. And then they hit it up. They're like, is this your ball? And they're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, whatever. Didn't really happen, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. And so this is the point, is like, when things get out of the physical 3D realm of our human thought or our concept of what we thought things were, which is pretty skewed most of the time, if you want to be honest, the divine can actually step in and re-guide things. Now, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, if you're on the mark of what you're supposed to be doing, like that's why I'm just like, am I supposed to be doing something? And they're just like channeling every day, writing every day, creating every day, dancing, singing, playing music every day, and resting, feeding, you know, like nurturing, but in receptive mode. This is my work. I don't know, you know, like, I can't be stressed out about certain things because they won't allow, I mean, everything is a choice, it's free will. But I know better than to go against, you know, I know better than to go against the target. So you may think it needs to be a certain way to reach your goal, but the invisible realms, human power cannot make this happen. The divine has its own idea of how the arrow flies and upon what wind it's carried. Nonetheless, if you don't shoot, you'll never score. Gotta shoot your shot, guys. And not just anywhere. Remember, the beginning of this was to have very focused intention. And this doesn't mean fucking somebody else while thinking of somebody else, okay? That's not how it works, okay? Whoever is thinking that, you guys are sick. If you, like, to masturbate, to hit an orgasmic state, to manifest something, if you're manifesting another person, you can't be doing it with another person or watching another person. It doesn't work like that. Whoever is having this sick fucking whatever out there, doesn't work like that, okay? Doesn't work like that. You guys, crazy motherfuckers. This is a fortunate message as long as you remember the law of detachment. If you do, then be assured you are right on point. Okay? The Arrow Master appears to let you know that if you continue on your present course, you could be shooting yourself in the foot. So, whoever's out there doing weird shit, shooting your shot in the dark is better than shooting no shot at all. I mean, it depends on where in the dark. If you're just shooting it into the dark, I don't know, but like also you got to understand that sexual energy that is not divinely exchanged is not valid to reach these same types of manifestation levels or goals as it was before, because we're in a new era. So it has to be for divine purpose or connection. Like you can't just be shooting shots. Like I talked about this the other day to some of my other viewers, and the reality is if you want to hit this higher level of consciousness, then if you're not in divine union, and even if you are kind of in divine union, I don't know, you should be working on tantric practices, or you should be retaining. Right now, you should be retaining all of your chi, because what's happening is as they're clearing all these lower frequencies, all these third densities, parasitic, toxic, vampiric entities, like think about it, right? How does a parasite eat when you feed it? So if these lower vibrational frequencies are feeding off of defiling the goddess, defiling the act of making love of the woman, of the pussy, which is the portal between worlds, between the heavens and the earth, of doing things like this in this type of manner, or just doing sexual things like watching porn or whatever, like all of these things, these are low vibrational frequencies. So if you're actually doing that or using these things at this time, you are feeding those low parasitic vampiric frequencies. you're feeding the reptilian entities by entertaining it, by not being in pure, loving, divine union, either with yourself, with the divine, or with your actual partner. You gotta have, and this is where the challenger comes in. The Arrow Master appears to let you know that if you continue on your present course, you could be shooting yourself in the foot. So you may shoot your shot in the dark or in someone else's dark hole, but it's gonna come back and shoot you in the foot or the ass. You know what I'm saying? It's not how it works. You're being challenged now to take a look at the motives behind why you want to reach your goal at all. What is it that you're trying to achieve? And what is your actual motive or intention? Is it because I'm gonna be rich, or this is having all this money is gonna make all these problems go away, or I can get any bitch out? Like, what is it? Why do you do what you do? Like, I come on here and I don't care if there's one person or no people or fucking 100 or 300 people. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm here to give a message. I'm the messenger. I don't care. Not my problem. Like, I'm just here to transmute information based on frequencies and energies that come to me. That's it. Like, I know that I have to give something in order to be able to receive something. So I know if I'm asking for help and to be in receptive mode to be able to receive the things that I want, that I have to be willing to give something. So that's what I do. I give my time and my energy and my love and my intention, and it is a lot of energy to channel, a lot. And I do it every day. So what are you doing? And what is the intention behind what you're doing? So you're being challenged now to take a look at the motives behind why you want to reach your goal at all. Is this path of true destiny or lure of fantasy or ego's desires? Okay? Are you setting your intention to win something away from another, or to get what you want, whether or not it's good for all involved? Remember also that life is not competition. The concept of competition is flawed and encourages a perception of lack. Your time will come. Be very clear. So what they're telling me right now is, what isn't yours, don't try to take something that someone else created. Create your own thing. You will never be rewarded for taking someone else's creation. If you think that you will, that will be very short-lived, and there will be a lot of karma that comes from that because you weren't meant to do it. Robbing somebody else of their thing is actually like a 100-time karma backslap. So watch out. Watch out now. Your time will come. Okay? Find your thing. Be very clear that you are pointing in the right direction, and don't chase your arrow. If your intention is to find an easier, softer way or a shortcut to your goal, it's time to give that up, since it won't work in the long run. Yeah. And that's the point. He's trying to make it easier for everybody to be lazy. And I'm like, no, everybody just needs to figure out the thing that they're good at and just be good at that thing that they're good at, and stop worrying about doing all this other crazy shit that you're not good at that makes you uncomfortable. Like, what are you good at? Everybody has got to be good at something. You got to be good at something besides spreading your pussy open for everybody to jump in. Like, come on, people. We got to be doing better than that by now. Seriously, that's so low frequency. Like, you got to have something. You got to be able to fucking clean a house or do laundry or fucking bake a cake or anything. Anything, people. Anything. If you're that bottom of the barrel, then you deserve the mass fucking extinction. If your intention is to find an easier, softer way or shortcut to your goal, it's time to give that up, since it won't work in the long run. Don't be seduced by quick, get-it-now ideas. This is the time to ask for the highest intentions to replace the old ones. Sometimes a new set of arrows and another target altogether are needed. Then you can never miss your mark. So, we may have to change the things. Now 10, this is about 1 is beginning and 0 is ending. So it's about where there are endings, there are also new beginnings, okay? The Sacred Union, 27. And when you go bottom of the barrel energy, like expecting to re-enter sacred fucking energy is just fucking crazy as well. Crazy. So I'm gonna hop off pretty soon here.
and do a love reading because this wants to come through. The sacred union, partnership and romance. This also ally. The sacred union is all about beautiful, true partnership. It shows you that spirit is listening and is always by your side, helping you co-create your greatest desires and manifest your destiny. When you receive this ally, know that you are never alone on your path. Partnership with the divine is yours whenever you need help. The sacred union also represents coming together of all kinds of harmonious alliances, friendship, family, business, and of course, romance. No matter what the form, this message pertains to the value of partnership and reminds you to observe the gifts bestowed upon you by the sacred union. This is a very positive omen. So for many of you guys, there was people that were offered this. They were given this gift of sacred union and they chose not to take it. Okay, 9. For some, this is coming to completion. For others, this is entering. Know the difference. Challenger. The sacred union, as your challenger, warned you to be careful of your associations at this time. You may be entering into a situation that will cause more aggravation and drama than you can handle. Be mindful as well of addictive tendencies in making partnership commitments. Are you choosing from obsessive need to distract yourself from moving forward in your life? Are you ignoring your red flags in order to change the course of events just to suit you or your needs? Could it be possible that you are the recipient of mixed messages? This is a time to put a little distance between you and your query. More will be revealed to help you make the correct choice to support your soul's growth. It sounds like somebody's downstairs. So, this is really about supporting soul's growth, okay? Hold on, give me 1 second. I need to check and see something. Oh, very strange. Kalima didn't fall all the way down. Just a little bit down. Just a little down. Crazy. I was wondering who's down here. Maybe just some more of my friends, you guys. More of my friends. What I did do is I had all of my nice crystals and stones out in the rain and let them get their nice water. You guys, there's lots of different ways you can cleanse yourself and your stones and your crystals. For any people that actually do use stones and crystals, it is important that you cleanse them under the moon, under the sun, also in water, salt water, things like this. Super important, you guys. So this sacred union and divine partnership, I guess I will get one more card from here. No, not from here. Where do you want me to take the card from? From here. Okay. So for many, the reason that was blocking a sacred union is somebody was stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. For some, somebody could have been physically attacked, really, or stabbed. Some could have had a really intense breakup that they just, like a really intense breakup where they were super deceived, right? Where they were under attack or they were deceived or whatever, and this could have been more intense. Maybe it needed a little bit more time, or maybe they were giving a little bit more time. Hello. Hello, Don. These are cards. So for some, maybe somebody was under attack, or they felt like they were under attack, and they thought that more time would be better, or they needed more time to heal. For some, they're asking, this clock, they're asking for a little bit more time to heal, or they were asking. They're asking. For many, they're on their way,
it did take longer than you thought. Just because randomly, like, a bike comes down. I live at the end of a street, so it's not, like, there's nothing else over here. So they can be traveling to come to see you, okay? It may have taken time for them to get the time to come to see you, but what I'm getting is for that relationship, what they realized is that their other partner really wasn't enough. Okay, so for many of you guys, there is some partnership, a union or a partnership that completed. Okay, it wasn't giving enough. Okay, it wasn't enough, not enough, and it reached its time. Needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. Okay, for many of you guys, there may be a lot of healing that has to be done by that. You may feel like pretty attacked from it. Now for me, like, they were trying to unalive me and do some crazy shit. So, like, I feel that, but, you know, I'm not going to let someone else's inability to have emotional intelligence block me from coming into my divine union, right? I just, like, thank you, because now I know you're not the one. Goodbye. Right? Like, I'm not going to allow that VIP parking spot to be taken by somebody who doesn't even have a car to park there. Do you know, like no, like, that's where the caddy gets parked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that front parking is for the partner. Like, that's like the CEO, right? Like, it's the top. That's part of the company, not like in and out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even the delivery, like, has to stop at the gate to check they can go in, and they have to park somewhere else and then walk the shit in. You know, like, that's just how it goes. People got to be in the know. So they're basically like, nah, like, if this person is willing to, like, hurt me or do something like this or stab me in the back, then, like, nah, they're never gonna be. For one, they either feel like I'm not enough, or their lack of not feeling like enough, their inability to heal their trauma, and their lack of not feeling like enough means me being successful makes them feel like not enough. So me existing is hurting someone else's feelings. Like, that's sounds like a you problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's a personal problem, right? So, frustrated in relationships, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego, issues, and jealousy. So yeah, like, for some of you guys, this person may have tried to do something to make you jealous because they were having ego problems, because they were having fear or jealousy issues. So they tried to do that to create more clout or value for themselves, and that fucking backfired. That actually backfired. That actually ended, yeah, girl with the snake. Someone tried to convince them that was a good idea. Empath narcissist paradigm, being charmed, used, enabled, boundaries. So what a lot of you guys have done is said, nope, I'm the empath and I'm in ordering boundaries, and I see where you're gonna stab me, I see where you're gonna bite me, I see where you're fucking around, and I'm not gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna have it. Your self-sabotage and your lack of confidence isn't mine. I don't need to take more time to fucking heal. I know everything that I want. I don't need more time to heal from being stabbed in the back. I need to just remove all of the people that were a part of the fucking stabbing, right? Of the stabbing, of the gang stalking, of the stealing, of the defiling. That's all. You know? I'm good. But does it mean I'm not ready to love or to be in a partnership? Not at all. Not at all. It means that I'm definitely going to suss everybody out for sure. You know, all the dudes that's like trying to talk and shit, like, I'm super, like, everyone's suspect to me as far as I'm like, can I get an essay? I don't mean like that. I mean, like, can you explain to me, like, what you're trying to do, what's your intention, why you want to hang out? Like, you trying to make art, you trying to purchase art, you trying to have a session, you trying to get to know me better, like, you trying to buy something, or you trying to get to know me like you want to date me. If you want to date me, then you better make a fucking plan and somewhere to take me and be willing to pay for it and to pick me up and to drop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time. Time is infinite, but my time, your time individually is your most valuable asset. So if someone is dicking around your time while they're dicking down somebody else, fuck them. Fuck you. Enjoy. Enjoy. I will too. How about that? Yeah, self-indulgence, okay? And this shows where we have the ability to maintain control or not maintain control, right? Self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So you have to know the difference between when you're indulging to, when it's self-indulgence to remove yourself, right? Versus when you're actually taking care for self, right? And that's why I'm just like, everybody go away from me. Like, I'm going to take care of myself. Like, if everybody that I had around me didn't care about my well-being or my health and was trying to off me, was trying to literally unalive me, psycho fucking killers, because they were trying to make money and cash me in because there's a fucking dead or alive on my head or whatever the fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Cash in fucking insurance policies, steal my designs, do all their shit, get the fucking house that they got over. Like, you think I don't know, bitch? I know. And there's a lot of other people in organizations that also know. So while you're hanging out with that runner over there, you might want to consider whose fucking team you chose. And that's where we're at, is the universe is saying, what team did you choose? Whose team are you on? What are you doing? What were your intentions? Because if your intentions were to take somebody else's stuff and come up because you don't have enough originality to come up with some shit on your own, then they're going to take that back tenfold. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. They ain't joking. Like, they're not joking. Galactically speaking, karmatically speaking, like, the slap back is real. And if you're doing something for yourself and it's not healing yourself, it's indulging or defiling the feminine or anything like this, then the slapback is going to be real, you guys. It's going to be real. Yeah, the Grim Reaper. So whoever decided to do this and just be like, oh, well, I was just self-indulging because you made me feel bad. Like, nah, the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Yeah. Death. So, you know what you're doing. We're old enough to know what we're doing, you know? We're old enough to know what we're doing. We're old enough to know what we're doing. Like, we're not making, yeah, the coffin. Look at this. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. But some things are just dead. So anyways, guys, I got to bounce off of here. The Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transform, grow, change your mind. Remember, while you're in Mercury retrograde, communication can get messed up. Be very clear with your communication and don't get too angry with people. Also, like, figure out if any things return from the past, what the lesson is that you need to be learning from it, and move forward from that. But mostly, more than anything, stay in this loving, healing heart space and figure out where you and your arrow are going for. And shoot your arrow, shoot your shot, but figure out where your target or your goal is, right? Become a goal digger, not a gold digger, right? Dig towards that goal, a little bit a day, and make a move, right? Do that. So as always, you guys, infinite blessings, love or light. I will come back on in a little bit to do the love reading because obviously it's coming through, and I don't want to disturb it with the last reading. So as always, infinite blessings, love and light. Ciao for meow. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and donate to my Give Send Go if you can. I appreciate it. Ciao for meow. Zoe out.